Sailors and pirates and scalawags we, in the dark Caribbean, on a roiling sea. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. There's 5 in the crew, what are we to do? We've been blinded by a bilge rat, crunched by a croc, drowned in the droppings of a seagull flock, stung by the jellyfish hung from a rail, battered by a barnacled humpback whale, stabbed in the groin with a rusty pitchfork, keel-hauled under a Spanish man-of-war. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. There's only 4 left on this bloody poop deck. We've been obliterated by an obscure oyster cult, mashed by a marrow mortal, quite an insult, electrocuted by an eldritch eel, an ancient elder our souls did steal, livers all black from years of rum. I just found out where scurvy comes from. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. We're down to 3 on this forsaken sea. We've been bitten on the back by a banded sea crate, drawn and quartered by an angry sea wraith, shot in the gut with a cannonball, carried off whole by a carrion crow. Our lungs all filled with wet consumption, shocked by a shoggoth. Now isn't that something? Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. It's just us 2, we are so doomed. We've been gnawed on by a necro swine, pickled in a barrel of bile and brine, garroted by a gorilla crab, smashed so flat by a coral slab, burning under the sun in a gibbet cage, feeling the wrath of a mermaid's rage. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. Now it's just me, it's time to flee. But I've been chomped in half by a fossil shark, chained in the well of eternal dark, stoned to death by a mad Jamaican, got heart disease from too much bacon, swung from a noose which did not slacken, gored by the beak of a love-crazed kraken. My health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. Well, you could complain that life's not fair, but the angry sea, it just don't care. My health is gone and the end is nigh. In the dark Caribbean, so many ways to die. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I was but a wee boy, my father said to me, "Son, for generations we've sailed upon the sea, but danger's out there lurking to send you to the grave. So learn your ABCs, lad, perhaps your life you'll save. Now sea monsters they come in many shapes and sizes. Let's review them all now so there be no surprises. A is for albatross, hung around your neck. B is for bilge rat on a briny shipwreck. C is for Charybdis hiding under a rock. D is for deep ones in the great abyss they stalk. E's for ancient elder who'll try to steal your soul. F is for a fossil shark who'll try to eat you whole. G is for giant squid with tentacles of steel. H is for hydra with many heads that kill. Some monsters be above ya, some monsters be below, but the monsters that'll get ya are the monsters you should know. I is for infernal pelican who's got a massive beak. J is for jellyfish whose sting will make you weak. K
Ross.
Oh, right.
Hardy R.
Good evening. It is Matt Rose here. Tonight we're going to do more storyboards. I've been enjoying the storyboards because I don't have to have a whole lot of energy. I think tomorrow night I'm going to need to do some more beardy videos, fill the pipeline up with shorts. But when I'm tired, just like, you know what? I just want to draw a little bit. I just want to draw a pig attacking a British sailor from the 1720s. So we are working on episode 9. Let me get the... Let me get the... I guess I probably don't need this whole book. The flow chart. Here we go. There's the flow chart. What's on the back? There's some notes back here. Probably shouldn't rip it out. All right, so where are we here? Got a bit of a shadow there. Shadow of the Crab Island. All right, so here's we are in Crab Island, and we have our establishing shot on the jungle. Justin's doing some concept art for that. Then McQueen ends up at the well bottom. We don't know really why. It's just a good place to start. He could either climb a rope, but he'll die. He'll inspect a block, which is the main kind of storyline. Or he can try to pick up a gem. Turns out it's a scorpion. And he dies. So this is in the Pirate Board universe from Luke Stratton. Help from Tyler, Zach Goins. And I was fortunate to win a recent, that was last year, stop motion video that I made. Took 2 months, 8-foot pirate ship in the basement. So many ways to die. And just, you know, like many other people really many other gamers enjoy the Pirate Board universe, the Dark Caribbean. So if he inspects the block, then he makes his way to the alcove. And in the alcove, he can either first attempt to climb the ladder, but he will fall and hit his head and die. If not, he takes the key. If he takes the key, he knocks over the skeleton of the old sailor. And if the viewer rolls a 1 to 3, they go to episode 9, where we worked on that the other night, and turns out he gets killed by the necropig. Or if he rolls a 4 to 6, he defeats the pig. And then, so we're going to work on episodes 9 and 10 tonight, and then we need to kind of flesh maybe another night this week, Tuesday or Wednesday. He needs to flesh out what happens when he gets to the top of the well. So it's fun, good times had by all. When you're on the cursed Crab Island, I'm looking forward to get to the part with the cursed coconuts. There's some talking coconuts that are going to attack him. Just thought that'd be funny. All right, so where to begin on this Sunday night? Kind of pooped because we had orchestra today. Been working on the rental house. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So, episode 9. We can start with that. Escape, or escape, to use the Italian, from Crab Island. Episode 9. Now this is basically a choose your own adventure, except that's copyright by Choose Co, according to the internet. And when I grew up in the 70s and 80s, we had these choose your own adventure books, and they were fun. And, I liked playing Dungeons and Dragons. I just didn't have anybody really that was playing, so I never really played growing up. I had all the manuals and made my own stories and painted the little lead miniature figures. I think I have one of them here. Here's one from my childhood. It's a Ral Partha. That was big manufacturer of the, I don't know what the focus is. You can see he's a little 28 millimeter skeleton. So I still have a couple of my skeletons and some other guys. Oh, here's a couple of guys I like. We're digressing, but you don't care. So that's Toron. Where is this? Maybe it's easier down here. So that's a character I've used. Toron and Dracus. Those are characters that I use in my night jokes. They came from these figures I had when I was a kid. I think these are all Partha as well. It'll say on the base. I can't read that. Anyway, I used to really like these lead figures growing up. Then I kind of grew out of it, got into other things, got into music. Ended up doing a lot of music when I was in like 9th and 10th grade. Most of the fantasy stuff that I was into was like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. But I digress. I guess that's the burden of being a storyteller, is getting off on tangents. Okay, so we are escaping from Crab Island, episode 9. The pig scowls and shows his large tusks. So this is the episode where McQueen ends up dying again. He's going to die a lot. Kind of like, what's his name from Dragon's Lair? I'm so tired, I cannot think of his name. What's his name? Oh yeah, Dirk the Daring. Okay. 1983. That was like my peak. I spent a lot of quarters in Dragon's Lair. That was kind of peak nerdiness when I was a kid. All right, so in fact, I put a Dirk the Daring character skeleton version in the Dungeon Diving Dragons, so you can see that on the YouTube channel. All right, we digress. The pig scowls and shows his large tusks. Okay, so we'll start with Mr. Piggy. He's got kind of a chopped off ear. He's got this. He's got his piggy snout. And we'll, like, I don't know, we'll do like his little piggy fangs. He's got his little piggy beady eyes. He needs to have his little piggy eyebrows go down. Down means angry. Down means mad. It's funny how eyebrows mean different things. Alright, there's his little piggy eyebrows. Here's Mr. Necro Pig. He scowls. There's his little piggy. And we'll say scowls. Grunt. There we go. That's what Mr. Piggy does. Okay, and then he's got his cute little piggy tail. He's always kind of in front of this recess. There's the little recess. Okay. Now, McQueen stands at the ready, waving the skeletal arm and hand before him. So, in the previous episode, he ended up with the forearm and the hand as the closest weapon that he could use against this undead zombie pig. Mr. Nick the Necro Pig. I guess we'll call him Nick. Okay. And he's got some little patches and sores. He needs to see the dermatologist. He needs to use Necrota. Not recommended for pregnant pigs. for his necrosis. All right, there's this little piggy. There's Mr. Pig. Okay, and then we have McQueen stands at the ready waving the skeletal arm. Okay, so I think he's just going to hold it like he's holding a billy club or something. So we'll kind of hold it like with his hands. Like he's just holding it. Oops, I drew that backwards. Let's try corner. Just got kind of this angular face. This little beady eyes. It's got this little hair. He's got this coat. And he's basically maybe moving this up and down like a bat or something. He's like, okay. He's got his little pant legs and his sock. And he always seems to be standing in front of the entrance. To the alcove. Alright, so I shall defeat you with a skeletal forearm. Okay. Okay. And he says, all right, Mr. McBacon, let's get it on. So I need to leave a space for his dialogue cue for the animatic. All right. There we go. Okay. Here we go. It's a drawing that any small child would be proud of. Okay. But the point is just to show in the animatic kind of what's going on. Maybe what the composition of the shot would be. Doesn't need to be the most amazing storyboard art ever. Plus, there's no budget for this, so it's just me. All right, I'll load up my water here. Okay, so next then, McQueen slaps the pig with the skeletal arm and hand. All right, so how are we going to do this? Okay, so maybe the arm will come out like this. Kind of maybe just like goes over Mr. Piggy's snout. He's going to be holding this. Like that. And he's going to whack this necro pig across the snout with the sailor's skeletal forearm. Okay. Mr. Necro Pig. This is a cute little piggy tail. He's got his little teeth here. All right, Mr. Necro Pig. This is a little recess that he was hiding, his little hidey hole. His little pig feet. Pickled pig's feet. All right. So he gets slapped. The pig stares at McQueen and grunts. All right. I'm just going to write grunt. Now, the pig stares at him, and then McQueen says, ugh, blimey, that just made him angrier. Okay. So, I think we can either do a medium shot with both of them or just a close-up. I think I'm probably just going to, I'll do a close-up of McQueen and then a medium shot. Okay. And he says, ugh, blimey. That just made him angrier. All right, now the pig races towards McQueen. Okay, so now I gotta draw a moving pig. Okay. Tail's gonna be a little bit more. Okay. Okay, here's McQueen. There's the necro pig. Oink. Okay, and then McQueen will be kind of just like standing here with his coat and his feet. Kind of looks turned into an overhead shot. Okay. Pig attacks. Okay. Then, sorry. All right, so there's Mr. Piggo. Maybe in this perspective, that rock that he always hits his head on is there, and the ladder's maybe right here. Excuse me. It's been a long day. All right. So Necropig attacks. All right, there's that there. Mr. Piggo is attacking. Okay. Now, we've got the Necropig chases McQueen in a circle around the alcove. And this is similar to this Pomeranian that was chasing my son Tommy around when Tommy was like 5 or 6 years old when we lived in California. We were like standing around in a cul-de-sac on a Sunday night, and this lady had her Pomeranian out, and he just like, Pomeranian went crazy, started chasing Tommy, and they were just running around in a circle like this. It was pretty funny. It was humorous. Not humorous for Tommy. But it was kind of cute. So let's draw Mr. Pig chasing. All right, we'll probably do it for an overhead shot. If I need to cut to something. Maybe, oh my lord. Maybe I'll do a reaction shot and then do an overhead shot of the pig chasing McQueen. And we'll draw him like, whoa. All right. Something like this. Not very good at lips. Okay. Oh, something to that effect. Sounds like a goldfish. All right. No, it looks funny because his eyes are all wonky. He looks kind of funny. Okay. There you go. Make the exclamation marks. Looks like he has a pacifier in his mouth. Oh, okay. Does he need to say something? All right. Okay. Queen. Ah! There you go. He can scream. Okay, so there we go. He says, ah. Okay. And, you know, this is part of the process, just trying to use the standard language, the tropes of filmmaking, the, you know, the edits and the cuts and the shots that we're used to seeing, telling the story. All right. Now, Necropig chases McQueen in a circle around the alcove. Okay, so he will hightail it. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. I've never had to draw a pig running. Okay. Let alone an undead pig running. Okay. And he will be kind of from the top. Mr. Pig will be heading this way. And some lines of action. And he will be hightailing it out this way. Okay, not the most artiest of art, but sufficient. Okay. Oh, that was episode 9A. All right. Now, episode 9B. So, McQueen trips over the lava rock and stumbles into the empty chest. All right. So, here's the lava rock. We'll cut to a side. And he'll kind of... His little pants. Piggy. His tusks, his teeth. Chasing him. Okay. Okay, he falls over this lava rock. All right. Okay, and then Mr. Piggy's looking a little rough here. Okay, so little piggy snout, little piggy tusk, little piggy eyebrows, little piggy ears. There's Mr. Piggy. Okay. Now, so there's the pig. He falls and stumbles into the empty chest. Now the line of action is going this way. So he would actually end up falling over the skeleton. How am I going to draw this? All right, so there's the chest, and then the skeleton is going to kind of be just laying on the ground. Because he fell over, just kind of in a clump. Actually, that other arm would be gone because my queen took it. And he is falling into this chest. Okay. Okay. This is just the back cave back here, little negative space. Then I guess it'll be a close up. Okay, McQueen trips over the lava rock. Okay. And then he stumbles over the remains of the sailor and into the empty chest. Okay. so what's going to happen here? So probably a close-up of him kind of it's going to be more close-up than that, though. Let's just say he turns his head. Maybe like breaks his neck on the chest. Okay. Poor McQueen. He's always getting the worst of it. But that's the Pirate Borg universe. Okay, so here's the chest. Kind of falls into the chest. Okay. His hands maybe coming out. Okay. So he stumbles over the remains of the sailor and into the empty chest. The pig stabs McQueen with his tusks and makes a loud squeal. Okay, so trying to figure out the physics of this. Maybe he'll just break his neck. Let's do that instead. Okay, so McQueen's head hits the empty chest and his neck he's not going to say anything. All right, McQueen's neck. Okay, McQueen's neck hits the empty chest. Okay. All right, Necropig chases McQueen in a circle around the alcove. McQueen trips over the lava rock, stumbles over the remains of the sailor and onto the empty chest. McQueen's neck hits the side of the empty chest, and with a crack, his neck is broken. The chest lid falls onto McQueen's head. The necro pig stands behind the chest and oinks victoriously. All right, that's kind of funny. Okay, so, see, I mean, it's process. We get some dark humor in here. It's Pirate Borg. All right, so he falls onto the chest. Okay, so where are we? So his neck hits the side of the empty chest, and with a crack, his neck is broken. I'll just say crack. Okay. Then the treasure chest lid falls onto McQueen's head. So in order for that to happen, he'd have to break the chest. The side of the chest, so let's say neck hits the side of the empty chest. All right, McQueen's neck hits the side of the empty chest. With a crack, his neck is broken. The chest wall splinters. There's too many things going on here at once. Neck hits the side of the empty chest, and with a crack, his neck is broken. But in order for the chest to fall into his head, he needs to kind of crush that wall. I guess I won't worry about it. I'll worry about it if I ever get around to animating this. Okay, so basically he's going to kind of crush the... He's going to crush the side of this. His head's going to be kind of drooping. His body's going to be kind of limp. Okay. Maybe it's just not the most interesting thing. I guess people have things to do with their time. Alright. And we'll get to put a little X by his eyes here. Poor McQueen. So many ways to die. Okay. Chest closes. And it's not going to close all the way because his head's going to be in it. Actually, I want it to be more of a reveal, so he's just going to be like, quick, quick. Thud. No, I didn't say thud. All right. Thud. Okay. And then Mr. Piggy is going to be standing behind the chest and give a little oink. So I'm just going to have the chest lid here. Okay. There we go. And he can be just over here winking. It is. Maybe he feels guilty. Oink. Okay. Here's Mr. Pig. And McQueen has broken his neck. Okay, now we need to make a card. McQueen has died. Okay, card. McQueen has perished. Return to episode 7. Okay. Now is the fun part where I get to color in this because, you know, who doesn't like coloring? All right, so Mr. Necro Pig is kind of pinky and brown because he is indeed a pig, but he's also a zombie pig. So we'll give him some brown as well. Okay, Mr. Piggy, you're the one. You make necrosis oh so fun. Okay, there's that. And the Queen's got a blue coat. Okay, and he's right here. He's running away from the pig. And that sand is yellow. This sand is yellow. This sand is yellow. That sand is yellow. Okay. He needs to have some brown because he's a necrotic pig. He is one hot mess of a pig. Okay, there's that. Mr. Piggy. Oh, he's also got that gold coin. I keep forgetting about the gold coin. And there we go. We'll make it orange. He's got his little gold coin. All right. And then I always give McQueen a little blush here.
Okay, and his hat is always black. Okay. Alright, what did he say here? He says, "Ah, you undead porcine rascal." Okay. He also has some yellow eyebrows because he's blonde like Steve McQueen. Okay. There's that. There's a little lava rock. And this ladder's brown. Okay, so that is that sheet. So I will scan those, put that into the animatic, into DaVinci. Okay, and we will color these ones here. There we go. This is the colored storyboards there. It's a veritable prize-winning artwork. Okay. Let's make his shoes brown. He's gonna be conking on this here. There's this. Oh, these are going to be fun to animate. Okay, there's that. Probably the summer before I get around to it. Alright, the necrotic pig. Okay, here's Mr. Piggy. And there is McQueen, and his coat is blue. Coat is blue, and his coat is blue, and his coat is blue. Is this purple? It is purple. His coat is purple. Okay, there's that. Poor McQueen. So many ways to die in the Pirate Borg universe. Okay. Let's give him a little red cheek here. His little red cheek. His hat is black. Okay. Boink. Okay, I think that's it. Those are... I'm going to make Piggy a little brown too, because he's necrotic. He has necrosis. He's an undead pig. He's gonna have his little coin here. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much episode 9, where McQueen gets killed by snapping his neck. And I always like to make my arrows blue. I don't know why. Art is arbitrary. That. He needs some yellow there. The lid is going to close. Thud, it says. Oink, he says. Alright, I think that's sufficient. That gets the story across. The death of McQueen. Okay, now we can work on 10. So that's the first panel there. Grunts, alright you pig. Slaps the pig with the hand. Ugh, blimey. Pig attacks. Ugh, you rascal. Maybe he throws the... We gotta figure out what happens to his little arm. Maybe the arm will just end up on the ground. He throws the arm at the pig. Okay. There we go. So he throws the arm. Okay. Ah, you rascal. We had to get rid of that. And he runs around in circles. Because that's what undead pigs do. They will chase you around in circles. Kind of like the javelinas down in Tucson. Okay. This one there. And I forgot about this one. Arrows. Okay. Then he gets chased around. Oh, I forgot my sand. Okay, there we go. I knew something was missing there. There's that. There's that. There's the necrotic pig. Oink, he says, because that's what he says in his piggy language. And McQueen's brush. Okay, so we'll add those to the sheets that need to get scanned. Now, we will, after organizing defenses, work on episode 10. Now on episode 10, the queen is victorious. Okay, so we'll save this. I need to print this so I can do the dialogue tomorrow. Okay. And I think I already did the episode 8 dialogue, but I need to get there. I'll put this in the binder for tomorrow. There's that. Okay. Then we can grab the print that went on the ground. That's what my printer likes to do, throw prints on the ground.
I just really like to do it.
Okay. There we go. Okay, the pig scowl shows his large tusk. McQueen stands at the ready, waving the skeletal arm and hand before him. He's not really he's not waving it. He's actually kind of tapping it. Tapping skeleton arm and hand in his hands. Alright, we don't need to print it out. Okay, but 1, 2, 3, tapping the skeletal arm and hand in his hands. Okay. There's that. Okay, now that's episode 9. So I'll do that because I think I did the 8 dialogue the other day. All right, put my copy of Pirate Borg over here. Okay, now let's start on 10. Okay, so episode 10, the Alco Victory. Okay, so let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. The pig scowls and shows his large tusks. A gold coin hangs around his neck. McQueen stands at the ready, waving the skeletal. Okay, let's do this. I like that one before. So tapping, skeleton, arm and hands in his hand. Get ready to die a second time, Mr. Undead Pig. Pig races towards McQueen. McQueen uses the arm and hand to slap at the pig. In the process, the hand flies off and the arm breaks into two sharp pieces. The radius and the ulna. Okay. I don't know that we need to know this. Okay. The pig squeals, turns, and then races towards McQueen. McQueen holds the two sharp bones in front of him as the pig strikes him with a squeal. They tumble together. The pig lays atop McQueen with the two sharp bones protruding from his undead skull. Green ooze pours from the wounds. Stuck like an undead pig, I should say. McQueen pushes the pig off and into the sand. In the sand lays a gold coin and a broken leather strap. Oh, what do we have here? A gold coin? McQueen takes the coin from the sand. Card. Add gold coin to inventory. Total 1 GP. McQueen picks up a femur from the skeleton. The ladder now has a femur and a tibia as additional rungs. Climbs the ladder. It goes 11. All right. I think I'm going to call it a night. So, have a good night. Get some sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, you Scully! Yar! Stinkosaurus!
Oh, Rick!
Arty, ar, ar, ar!